Welcome back to the wild world of travel. We have been looking at how to retire in Puglia, Italy for cheap. We have several videos that we have recently made that go over why those thinking about retiring in Italy might want to look at Puglia. In this Retire in Italy for Cheap video, we will discover Monopoli and also look at an intriguing legal way to avoid Italian taxes altogether. Monopoli, a charming coastal town, is nestled on the Adriatic Sea in the southeastern corner of the Puglia region of Italy. You can see that Monopoli is circled in red, while towns that we have previously covered such as Polignano, Ostuni and Lecce are circled in blue. Day trips from Monopoli can take you to the enchanting town of Alberobello, famous for its unique trulli, cone-shaped houses, or to the picturesque coastal town of Ostuni. The best parts of Monopoli undoubtedly include its relaxed Mediterranean atmosphere, its beautiful beaches, and the warm hospitality of its locals. Monopoli's old town is a labyrinth of charming narrow streets, whitewashed houses adorned with colourful flowers, and hidden squares brimming with life. It's a feast for the senses, where the scent of freshly baked bread mingles with the aroma of the sea. Be sure to wander through Piazza Palmieri, the main square, and soak in the vibrant atmosphere. Castello di Carlo is a 16th century fortress offering panoramic vistas of the coastline. If you're looking for a taste of local life, explore the bustling markets and browse the stalls selling fresh produce. And of course, no visit to Monopoli is complete without indulging in a delicious meal while savouring the flavours of Puglia's rich culinary heritage. The Cathedral of Monopoli, dedicated to the Madonna della Medea, is a stunning example of baroque architecture. Its imposing facade, adorned with intricate sculptures and ornate details, dominates the town square. Inside, the cathedral boasts a richly decorated interior with frescoes, marble altars, and a beautiful dome. The highlight is the revered icon of the Madonna della Medea, believed to have miraculously arrived in Monopoli on a raft. The cathedral is not only a place of worship, but also a significant cultural and historical landmark in the heart of Monopoli. Cala Porta Vecchia is a gem nestled along the rugged coastline of Monopoli. This picturesque cove boasts crystal-clear turquoise waters, dramatic rocky cliffs, and the beach is perfect for enjoying the sunshine. The longest stretch of beach within Monopoli can be found here, sitting beneath the walls of the old town. There are also some very interesting cooking classes in Monopoli. They may not all fit within the goal of retiring for cheap, but they can be one-time expenses. One highly regarded cooking class in Monopoli is offered by Caesarine, who connects you with local home cooks, providing authentic cultural immersion. You'll learn to prepare traditional Puglia dishes in a home setting, gaining insights into local culinary traditions. Expect to learn how to make pasta from scratch, prepare a main course, and create a delicious dessert. Prices vary depending on the specific menu and duration of the class. We are going to dig into some properties before we go over the important details of how to qualify for the 7% income tax, as well as a legal way to avoid Italian taxes altogether. The first Retire for Cheap in Italy apartment is $600 per month and 500 square feet. This one probably requires a car but does look really nice. The apartment is immediately available. The apartment has a total surface area of 500 square feet. There is one bedroom that looks quite modern and has a flat-screen TV in it. There is one bathroom that maintains the modern feel, and the cozy living room looks adequate as well. Obviously, for some people, 500 square feet will be too small, but for others, it might be fine. Utilities are estimated at an average cost of €100 and include gas, water, and internet. The pool looks nice. As we look at the map, the pin represents the property, and we can see that there is a restaurant in orange text just to the north and a grocery store just to the south and in blue text. However, we do not see any public transportation, and I believe that you would need a car and an Italian driver's license. The second Retire for Cheap in Italy apartment is €590 per month and is very close to restaurants and public transportation. As we look at the bedroom, we can see that this place looks pretty modern as well. The bathroom has a shower and a washing machine. While still not what I would call a large apartment, this one has 90 square feet more than the first apartment. You can see that the kitchen area is positioned just behind the sofa in the current setup. We can see from the map that the pin in the center of the page represents the apartment. Public transportation is highlighted in yellow, several nearby restaurants and cafes are circled in red, and 2 grocery stores are circled in blue. And a third Retire in Puglia property available for purchase is going for $220,000 and is nearly 1,400 square feet. In a quiet and well-served area, this is a large apartment on the ground floor, recently renovated. The property consists of a bright living room with an open kitchen that should be great for all of your cooking needs. Here we can see one of the 3 bedrooms plus a large and modern bathroom. Despite the absence of balconies, the apartment is perfect for those looking for a solution without stairs. The property is fairly close to the second apartment and therefore close to the sea. The location of this property is signified by the number 3 in the middle of the map, while the second property is signified by the number 2 on the right side of the map. We can see that it is close to public transportation, restaurants, and grocery stores. Before we dive into taxes, let's look at a few restaurants in Monopoli. Angela Cinque restaurant is rated 4.9 on Google. Expect to pay 30 to 40 euros. Some reviewer comments include that they think this restaurant is better than the Michelin-starred restaurants. And one person wrote that this had literally been the best restaurant experience of their life. Trattoria San Domenico is rated 4.6 on Google and expect to pay 20 to 30 euros. They have delicious food with quality ingredients. They also have amazing wine. Spaghetti d'Italia is rated 4.8 on Google and expect to pay 10 to 20 euros. This is a great pasta spot that doesn't just do local Apulian-style dishes. Their homemade pasta is really the best. They have a great atmosphere and welcoming staff. Okay, let's talk about taxes. Italy offers a 7% flat tax regime to attract retirees. This is an incredible opportunity for anyone looking to retire in Italy. But there are some conditions. This tax incentive is available to foreign retirees who decide to move to certain regions in southern Italy, including Puglia. To qualify, you must receive pension income or passive income from abroad and become a tax resident in one of these designated areas. This flat tax applies to all your foreign income for the first 10 years of your residency in Italy. This makes retiring in Italy for cheap a financial possibility for many when previously it would have been too expensive. You must become a tax resident in one of the eligible regions we just mentioned. This means you need to live in one of these regions for more than 183 days per year. There is a dual taxation treaty between the US and Italy. Under this agreement, you won't be taxed twice on the same income. To retire in Puglia and get the 7% tax, you'll need to demonstrate that you have sufficient income to support yourself. As of the recording of this video, you need an annual income of at least 31,000 euros, or 34,000 US dollars for a single applicant, and 38,000 euros, or 42,000 US dollars for a couple. To qualify for the 7% income tax, you also need to live in a town that has less than 20,000 people. This is a problem if you're thinking about Monopoli. Monopoli has about 47,000 people who live there. I would like to highlight some considerations that you might want to make if you have a Roth IRA that would enable you to avoid Italian taxes in a legal way. Like many countries, Italy doesn't explicitly recognize the tax-exempt nature of Roth IRA distributions. That means withdrawals from these accounts may be treated as ordinary income, which means that when you withdraw from Roth accounts as an expat living in Italy, you could be double taxed on that money because contributions were made with after-tax dollars and withdrawals would most likely be taxed. So, if you're planning to move to Italy, consider withdrawing from your Roth accounts before moving to ensure your distributions aren't taxable. Of course, be sure to consult with a qualified expat financial advisor to ensure your decision is in line with your overall financial goals. There is no annual limit on how much you can withdraw from a Roth IRA in retirement. Generally, the requirements are that you are 59.5 years old, and it has been 5 years since your first contribution. You can withdraw both your contributions and your earnings tax-free. The cost of living that you need to budget for in Monopoli is between $1,500 and $2,000 per month. This is between $18,000 and $24,000 per year. For simplicity's sake, we will just take the midpoint and say it is $21,000 per year. There are potential costs and fees for transferring money from a US bank to an Italian bank. A reasonable estimate would be 0.5% to 2% of the transfer amount. So, hypothetically, if you wanted to retire in Monopoli for 10 years and have a Roth IRA, it would be best financially speaking if you could withdraw 220,000 US dollars, which is currently about 210,000 euros. And you would also have to account for the exchange fees, which would be somewhere between $1,000 and $4,000. So you want 225,000. This gets you to avoid the possible double taxation in Italy. It would take about 16 years of contributing $8,000 per year to a Roth IRA to get to the $225,000 number. This would be assuming an annual 7% return. The average Roth IRA return is in the 7 to 10% range. You are required to start withdrawing from your IRA account at age 73. You could apply similar logic to a 401k, but you will be taxed in the United States on your withdrawals. But it would be cheaper than what you would be taxed in Italy and still might be worth it. Any of these strategies should be discussed with a financial advisor who is familiar with Italian tax law. Thank you for taking this trip with us as we have explored a few places that you could retire for cheap in Puglia. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss more of our Retire in Italy for Cheap videos. Safe travels, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.